Hi there. We're continuing our journey through the Proverbs, the Mishlei Shlomo, the life sayings of Solomon. We're in chapter 13 and we're looking at verses 20 to 23. So verse 20 here says, if you walk with the wise, you'll be wise. But if you hang out with fools, you suffer harm. The company we keep, because we're built as human beings for relationship, has a big effect on us. If we hang out with good characters, they will rub off on us and we'll be formed by that. We're formed by the relationships that we form. And therefore, if we're also associating with folks and we're allowing input from those people who really have no time for God, or they're dismissing his lifestyle, then that ends up forming who we are. So the sage, the wise man here is saying, be careful about the formation that you receive. Be careful that you make sure and walk with those who are committed to well-being and living in awe of God. And then in verse 21 it says that trouble pursues the sinner. Now that word pursues there, it's interesting, it's the same word as the word at the end of Psalm 23 where it says, surely Hesed, surely your covenant grace and goodness will pursue me. Pursue, that word there, come after me. And there's this idea that when we get into leading life the wrong way, that trouble pursues us. But it says that those who make the right choices, the tzaddik here, those who live making the right choices, end up receiving the payback of that, if you like, in having good things in their life. So it's an encouragement. The wise man's encouraging to follow the right way, the right choices, and to stop making the wrong choices. Then in verse 22 it says that the good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. There's something about the blessings of the generations here that are passed down. But it says that all those who are not living the right way, those who make the wrong choices, will just end up having their wealth or their prosperity or whatever little they've got eaten up by someone else, by those who actually are making the right choices. And then lastly, there's an interesting one in verse 23 here. It says that a fallow ground produces food for the poor, but injustice sweeps it away. Now, this is a proverb that's been quite difficult for scholars to grasp hold of, and there are different interpretations to it. But the one that I prefer is the one that refers back to the practice of leaving some ground untilled, leaving ground fallow, and then what grows from that ground belongs to the poor when it's gleaned. And it's saying that leaving untilled ground, leaving ground fallow, allows there to be a produce that then the poor benefit from. It's basically saying not to overwork everything, not to get every last little bit out of it, but to leave something to bless others. But it then says those who are unjust, the injustice takes that away. Injustice won't leave anything for the poor. Injustice won't allow there to be something left over. So it's a really important, interesting provision that we have here. Remember in the Lord's Prayer that it says, give us today our more than enough bread, not so we hoard it for ourselves, but so that we can give it away, so that we can provide for others. So again, here are 4 beautiful proverbs that encourage us to live well with God, pursue wisdom, pursue the right choices, and provide for others. Have a good day.